At the end, when I graduated from LearningRx, we all cried. Jeff and I cried. Everyone was crying, and just, it was such a wonderful experience for me. Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm from LearningRx Milwaukee. I did LearningRx almost 12 years ago. It was a long time ago. I'm now 21 and I'm in my career full time. So before LearningRx, I had been in an IEP since I was in first grade and I was doing okay. But once when I hit sixth grade, it was really hard on me. I would go to school and I would completely understand the lesson for the day, and then I would go home and then come back the next day to school, and what I learned the previous day I no longer remembered, and it was every day constantly relearning, constantly being overwhelmed with like everything that I needed to relearn. Throughout the summers before I started school, my mom would work with me and she saw that something wasn't clicking. But at that time where my mom worked, she had to drive past LearningRx. So she drove past and kind of like locked it in her brain and was like, that's interesting. I want to look into that. So she looked into LearningRx and she took me to get tested. Typical person tests low when they're having that type of issue in one different cognitive area. I tested low in 3 different cognitive areas. So that did a lot of explanations on why I wasn't understanding things in school, or understanding one day and completely forgetting everything the next. And he and we just really clicked. He was silly with me, I was silly back. We would have fun. He was very patient and he could always see when my brain was like getting done with things, and we would take a break not long after and we would play Spot It. Funny thing is I now collect Spot It. So I have 5, 6 different kinds of Spot Its. That's where the saying, it's not that you can't do it. It's just a challenge. You got to work up to it. And it's okay if you fail. It's okay if you don't get it right away, because sometimes things just take time. So it was like, if I can't do it now, just keep trying. You'll get it eventually. It really wasn't an easy year with my health scare and having to have surgery. And all the while doing this, my brain is growing. I'm starting to remember what I'm learning at school. And on top of that, I was having a health issue. So it was overwhelming, probably the hardest year of my life. Being able to go through all of that and still come out the end with a smile on my face. I did it. Not everyone learns the same way. I learn differently, so that means that other people learn differently too. Not long after LearningRx, I graduated from my IEP. And then last couple years of my high school years, I was in high honor roll. So it just really influenced me and changed how I view things, on how other people learn. I want to help others too. I've always known I wanted to be in some sort of field where I help others. And using what I've learned from my classes, from what I've experienced from LearningRx, and the joy I can bring to another child's life. I am a early childhood educator. That is my career. I work with specifically infants all day, every day. I work with them to help them grow in their own way. LearningRx has really influenced me to go out and help others and just help them where I can. I have a lot of experience with toddlers, making lesson plans with the toddlers, seeing something not quite clicking, just how like learning wasn't clicking for me, and finding different ways to help them learn.